Hey.
So
Easy.
we are talking about woo, burnout, breaking free from it. And so, Kimberly, I know you were going to drive with this. So, sister, go ahead and take the wheel.
Break free from burnout. That is the name of our workshop that's coming up September 26th.
Mhm.
Enrollment opens August 26th.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, look at
And
the number.
so we are here to kind of give you some overviews, a little bit of an overview of what we're going to be talking about. So there's going to be five separate components to what we're talking about. Wendy and I each are going to be doing some of them. I get to start off the workshop by talking about decoding your emotions. So, as a hypnotist, I know that when a person is struggling with emotions, it's coming from their subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is the part of the mind that I, as a hypnotist, help people work in the subconscious mind the most. So it's really important. And it's a big part of what I do that I educate people about their emotions and learn to decode them and understand them. So emotions have a purpose. They're not just there to make us feel miserable or happy, right? So we're talking about, I mostly talk about the negative emotions, the ones that make us feel bad. And when a woman or any person is struggling to balance all the things that our workshop is going to cover, career, kids, helping, caring for parents, they're going to be feeling a lot of feelings, a lot of stress and overwhelm. There might be feelings of it's very unfair, that they don't feel good about themselves, or maybe they feel guilty. So there's a lot of negative emotions involved in this stage of life. And one of the ways that we're going to help women start to feel better is they're going to get to start to understand what those feelings are actually doing for them. Not just, they're not there to just make you feel miserable. They're actually there to help you.
Mm.
You were born with this emotional operating system, and it's there to actually help you navigate your life, but nobody probably ever taught you. So that's what the first section is going to be all about, is learning about what those emotions are meant to be doing so that we can understand them, we can decode them, and then we'll get to make better choices or feel relief from those negative emotions.
And then I'm going to take it from there and talk about what happens to you physically, emotionally, mentally when you are in burnout. And one of those things that happens is your executive functioning brain just switches right off and you drop into fight, flight, and freeze. And when you're in fight, flight, and freeze, you are feeling anxiety, depression, guilt, like all of the feelings. Frustration brings all of his friends to have a big party in your head and your heart and your body. And what happens is when you're in those emotions for an extended period of time, it's wear and tear on your body. It's wear and tear on your mind. And lots of things happen that are not so great. And so I'm going to talk about what fight, flight, and freeze is, and then how to switch back into your executive functioning brain so that you can move forward with life and the stage of your life. So, in this stage of your life, how you can move past and move through fight, flight, and freeze and get back into moving forward with clarity and confidence makes the journey a whole lot easier.
Oh, I love that. And I love the synergy of what we're talking about,
Oh my
because
God. Yeah.
learning about your emotions and then learning what's going on physically in your brain is so important. It actually is going to really help everyone have a lot more objectivity on when they're feeling those intense feelings, because a lot of times we end up feeling like there's something wrong with me, or they feel maybe even guilty for feeling bad. And when we just know the physiological processes and that inherent human operating system of emotions, and we know it's just the way that we're built, it's actually the way everyone's built. It's just so freeing it just takes the weight of guilt and especially the guilt for feeling bad away. So I love that. Um, so what I get to talk about after that
Mhm.
is eliminating those negative emotions.
Yeah.
Wendy's going to talk to you about a technique about how understanding the actual physiology of those powerful negative emotions that make us drop into fight, flight, and freeze, how to get out of that. And then I'm going to talk to you about an emotional technique that's going to help you do a very similar thing. You see, I believe, as I said a few minutes ago, that all of your feelings, even those bad ones, those negative ones, are not actually bad. They're good for you. They're a part of what you're supposed to be feeling. And so feeling bad isn't necessarily bad. It can be, though, if that information is not accurate, if it's not based on accurate perceptions. Now, if we're having an accurate feeling, and I'll give you an example, for instance, if you are standing, if you're a normal human being and you're standing too close to the edge of a cliff and you don't have any ropes or tethers on, you should feel fear.
Yeah,
That
right.
is a good fear feeling. And so that feeling is good for you because it's based on accurate perceptions.
Mhm.
And there's feelings that we have all the time that are not based on accurate perceptions. They're not necessarily irrational. I would not call them irrational or separated from reality. They're based on experiences that people have from the past, but they're not always accurate. And so I'm going to introduce the participants to a very simple 3-step technique that can help them figure out if these feelings are based on accurate perceptions or not. And that will help them eliminate the negative feeling.
Mhm.
Because if it's not based on accurate perceptions, just being aware of that usually makes the feeling go away. I'm going to introduce ways for them to take action on those negative feelings to relieve them. So if you're standing too close to the edge of a cliff and you're feeling an accurate fear, you should either step back
Mhm.
or put on a harness. Get somewhere
Mhm.
safe. Accurate negative emotions that
Mhm.
will also relieve negative emotions. And so, a very large part of the time in life, we have things that we can do to relieve these negative emotions, but we don't know because we weren't taught. And so, I'm going to introduce everyone to that kind of information so that they can start taking action and relieving those negative emotions.
I mean, you mentioned a treasure trove of resources and tools, and we've just mentioned a couple of them here. I'm excited for the individuals that are going to be joining us. So, after
What's next?
I know, right? After Kimberly drops this knowledge, I'm going to jump into focusing forward on your future self, right? In other words, what does future you look like? What would you do today for yourself in the future? I don't want to give too much away, but it's another one of those tools that you just have in your back pocket. Like Kimberly said, it's something that no one teaches you, right? But it's a skill and it's a tool to have when you're in those moments of, okay, I need to make a decision. What would future me thank me for? What's that
Ah,
decision? Things get in our way all the time. And we know pretty much what's going to get in our way. We know ourselves pretty well, right? And so I'm going to walk you through a system of how to call out what is going to get in your way, call it out, and then
nice.
have a solution for, okay, when that shows up, this is how I'm going to respond so that I can continue my journey and get to my future self. So that's something that I'm going to walk you through. And honestly, what the tools that we're giving you in this workshop are going to be easy to access, no
Mhm.
brainers that help you break free from burnout or recover from burnout. So that's what I'm going to cover. How about you, Kimberly?
I am so excited. Like, we are just packing this full
Oh my
and it's
gosh.
so powerful. It's going to be so great. The next thing that we're going to do, the
Mhm,
fifth thing, this is the
mhm.
final fun part
Oh, you've been
of
counting.
the workshop. Yes, is called restoration and renewal. And what that is going to be is a very specially designed hypnosis group session, all of us together. Everybody will be on mute. I'll be talking. There'll be some wonderful relaxation music, and you can participate to your level of comfort. Uh, and it's all designed to think about kind of where we've come through this workshop. We've given you information about yourself, your emotions, what's going on physiologically. We've given you two techniques to begin to alleviate physical and emotional symptoms of stress and burnout so that we can halt it. And then we're going to take some quiet time and restore and renew. And the whole, it'll be about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes is designed to just quickly, and we can get into why hypnosis is so fast, but it'll really quickly restore emotions, restore the body at lightning speed, much faster than taking a nap, much faster than getting a good night's sleep, actually. 20 minutes of hypnosis designed to restore you will be like having a week-long stay at the beach. It's really fantastic, and that's the whole session is designed to just get you relaxed, restored, renewed, refreshed, if you will. The participants are actually going to get to keep that copy as well. And so they're going to get to
Ooh.
use it in the future. So they can use it whenever they want, ongoing forever. So it'll be really great.
Right.
I'm really excited to offer that to everybody because, to be honest, sometimes people are a little afraid of hypnosis, and it's a really great way to try it out.
Yeah.
And it's so powerful. So,
Well, I'm kind of wondering if our tagline for this shouldn't be "Who would like a restful week-long respite at the beach?" Because
yes. Do you remember that old movie, Total Recall, with Arnold Schwarzenegger, where they did the
yes.
implanted memories? It's like that. Or we're not implanting memories, but we're implanting, programming into your mind and your heart and your
Mm,
soul the restoration that you would receive with a
mm.
week long beach vacation. Yeah, it's going to be
Gorgeous.
awesome.
Um, the last thing that I am going to cover, let me position it this way.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you love to have an easy to use tool when you are feeling anxious and stressed and no one has to know that you're using this tool, but when you're using it, it refreshes you. It puts you in a different mindset. It gets you out of fight, flight, and freeze, and it gets you back into your body and your mind.
Yes, I would.
Same with your beach vacation. I'm like, yes, I would love that.
Hmm.
So I'm not going to spill the beans on this, but I am going to walk you through this very simple tool that you can use when you're standing in line at the grocery store and you have a thought pop into your head and all of a sudden you feel guilty or anxious or frustrated. You use this. No
Love
one
it.
has to know that you're doing it. And in just a few minutes, you are out of fight, flight, and freeze, and you're back into that refreshed, reset mindset.
Love
Uh,
it.
so I'll be sharing that with you, and you can take that from the workshop and implement
Hmm.
it into your life.
Yeah. And you know what else?
Hmm.
Every one of these sections has resources that go with it. I just wanted to make sure
Yeah.
that was clear. This isn't just going to be you writing mad notes. Of course, you're welcome to do that, but we're going to provide you this information that you need that is in a concise and easy to use format so that you can
Awesome.
keep using it.
Yeah.
It'll be really
It's going to
great.
be easy.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want easy?
Who doesn't want easy? This is kind of a no brainer.
This really is. Come and join us. And if you think this might be for you, be sure you get on our, is it registration list?
We have
Maybe
a wait list
wait
form
list.
on our website right now. So if you do get on the wait list before we go live with enrollment on
Mhm.
August 26th,
Right.
you get a coupon code for 30% off. And that is an amazing deal
Right.
because we are offering this workshop for 97, but that coupon will give you 30% off. So I think it brings it down to 74, something like that. But really the retail value of this workshop is much, much higher. It's around $197. I mean, like we are giving so much away in this 2-hour workshop. We're just going to pack in the value.
Oh my gosh, we're going to pack so much in.
Yeah.
And when you're on the wait list, you get the invitation to get registered before it opens to the general public. And this is important because we only have a certain amount of seats because we want this to be intimate. We don't want, we want this to be very focused. You can ask questions. You're really involved. And this is not like Kimberly said, this is not a write notes kind of thing. This is going to be something where we're all doing things together and
Yeah.
talking together. It's going to be what's the word I'm looking for?
Well, it's a workshop, not a seminar, right?
Thank
It's
you.
a workshop. We're going to be workshopping things together, and we're definitely leave room for questions and observations. And that's why we have to keep it relatively small because,
Right.
if there's too many people, we won't be able to get through the material in a reasonable amount of time. So, in order
Practice.
for you to get that value, it'll be interactive. That's right. In order for you to get your spot, you need to register early. So, get on that wait list.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Do it right now.
our workshop is called Break Free from Burnout. And our web address is breakfromburnout.com. And so we'll make sure that that's written on the screen or written in the comments or written in the description of this video so that you can make sure to get a link to that really easy.
So anything else that we want to share before we wrap it up?
Not today. We'll save more for later.
Yeah, we will save more for later. So keep watching and we'll see you next time.
All right. Thanks.